Good morning, family. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Peggy. Welcome to a new vlog. So, guys, I want to try to bring something new to the channel. A young lady reached out to me, and I'm going to tell you why. We did a couple videos back where we talked about the subject of is marriage dead? And the young lady went through and she read all the comments and she loved it. She loved the idea of us having a forum for people to come in and ask questions, relationship related, marriage related, to get the community involved. What she loved most, and so did I told Donald, she loved that she got a perspective. She got a men's perspective. She got women perspective. She got perspective from older, younger, married, unmarried, people who have been married for 40 plus years and people who are newly married. And so she wondered if we could start a forum for such a thing as that, like come here and you can get advice from the community. And so we thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, why not? We can do it. I mean, you have a lot of older people on YouTube who have a lot of knowledge that they could pour into, newly married people. So I was like, why not? So she sent us an email, and it was a long email. So I'm going to paraphrase. She's asking, as a community, specifically ladies, what would you do? What would you do? And I'm going to ask Donald to join me at this part of the video. I'm going to try not to be so talky today. All right, so come on in, Don Juan.
Hey, what's going on, fam? Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being a guest star on the show. Thank you for being a guest on our show.
Now, I did see the email, though, so I do know a lot of what it says, but Peggy's going to go ahead and let you
I'm going to try to paraphrase it as much as I can because it was very lengthy. It was lengthy. Like if I read it, it probably would take me about 15 minutes, 20 minutes to read it because she poured her heart out. So I want to take this seriously. So here's the scenario. We have a couple that have two children. So they're a military family. They've been married 22 years. They have a 19-year-old. They have a 17-year-old. The 19-year-old followed her dad's footsteps and joined the Army. The 17-year-old is in ROTC and will be graduating next year in hopes to join the military. And she gave up her career. I don't know what her career was, but she gave it up to follow him because, being in the military, more than likely you're going to move every 3 to 4 years. That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. So he did his time in the military. They retired. They decided to move back to her hometown with her family and her friends after, living all around the world. They decided, so they buy this home. They're comfortable. He's working. I think she said he's a contractor. They still live in a military town. They were looking forward to being empty nesters. And they were going to travel and they were going to, see the world and do things that they couldn't do before. So she says one day they have a family computer and then they have his computer where he does most of his work. So on the family computer, she was trying to print out some information so that she could I think she was trying to take something back to the post office or something. She was returning something and she needed a label. She was going to print it out. She couldn't print it out from her computer for some reason. I don't know why, but she went to print it from his computer. So he left his computer unlocked. And when she went in there, she was doing what she had to do. And she said something caught her eye. And she kept seeing the word babe, babe, babe. So she was like, I wonder if this is about me. So she opened up the email.
I want to make sure I say this part first before we get to what was in the email because y'all probably already kind of guessed what the email was about. But when they moved back to this area, he was fine with her spending time with her friends.
Yeah.
He was paying for her to get her hair done, paying for her to get her nails done, paying for her to go away with her friends on the weekend, just being the perfect husband kind of thing. And that really, I think, made the situation that she found in the email.
I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry, because, I try to be as detailed as possible. But Donald is absolutely correct. Because she said, now that the kids are out of the house, he's like saying, go get your nails done, like pampering
Take care of you.
Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. Go get you a pedicure, manicure. Not only that, he was sending her and her friends to get massages.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was just really being the husband.
Yes.
And she never once even thought anything could be amiss.
Yeah.
Okay? So anyway.
Yeah, so now that she opened that email.
So now that she opened the email says, can you get away for a minute? I need to see you. And the response was, as the husband, what did he say, Donald?
He said, no problem. I'll just send her to go get her hair done again.
So, well, no, he said nails.
Nails, get the nails done again.
Because you don't need an appointment to get your nails done.
Go get,
you know, just go
done.
get your nails done. And she's thinking back. She was like, Peggy, I'm thinking back to the times that he was like, he used to complain about my nails, but now you're sending me to go get my nails done. And she said, I thought he was doing it because, again, we're going to be empty nesters and we have a little extra money and we could now do things we couldn't do before. Yeah. And she was like, I look back at it like the times that I spent weekends with my girlfriends. She said it wasn't often, but she said it was almost getting to be like once a month. I was going away with my girlfriends and he was encouraging us to go. He was finding things. Hey, y'all know this concert is coming to town tonight, or you know this, and you know that. And so he was really being like very nice to her. But again, she thought nothing of it, you know. And so she started seeing all these emails. And she said, Peggy, the more I read, the more heartbroken I became, and the more disgusted I became, and the more angry and the more sad, just all the feelings were coming through, right? And so she said, what I did at this point, she said, was too much to read right there because I still had to get to work. She said, so I forwarded all those emails to myself and I closed everything back down just like he left it. And she said when she got to work, she would just go, because it was a ton of emails, like it was too many to count. She said it was probably over 100. Because she found out that he had been stepping out on her for almost 6 months. And they interacted with each other almost daily. And she said she could remember the times that, you know, sometimes he would complain about her getting her nails done because it cost so much, but now you're encouraging me to get my nails done. You would complain about me being with my girlfriends so much, but now you're telling me, go be with your girlfriends. So what she found out, that while she was hanging out with her girlfriends, he was hanging out with his. And she say she was just devastated because I gave up everything to travel the world with this man. He promised me he would never cheat. In fact, he would always talk about people who cheated. She said that's what made it so bad because he always appeared so self-righteous.
The hypocrisy
of it all. Now, here's the thing. Now, she's a better woman than I could ever be because she was cold with it too now. Because you know what she did? She forwarded all the emails to him from her email address.
From hers.
And she forwarded them to her.
To the girl and to her husband's job.
She forwarded it and didn't say a word about it. Said nothing about it. And she say, I moved into the spare bit, like I would stay away from home long periods of time, and I would tell him I'm going to dinner, I'm hanging out. And she said she would just come home enough to get into bed and go to work the next day. And he didn't question it. He thought I guess he figured, hey, she gonna be gone. I can be my girlfriend a few more times. And so he get to work. This happened on a Monday. He didn't connect the dots until Thursday. That, hey, why are all of my emails in this one email? Like, what is this? And then he realized he see his wife. Email address, sent it. She didn't write no notes. She did nothing. All she did was not speak to him. Now, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. So when he realized what happened, I could just imagine. I'm thinking about it because I'm really giving this my undivided attention. So when he realized his wife found out that he had been sick, he had to be sick.
He had to be sick. All the way to the pit of his stomach.
Had to be. So they're going to have a conversation. She doesn't want to have this conversation, but they're going to have it anyway. And what was the only word she asked him, fam? Y'all already know. Why? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you risk everything that we had for 22 years? Now, they've been together for what, 27? 27 years. And her only question was why. That she just wanted to know why. Yeah. Just why. And you know, with this you know what this had to say? What did he say, Dom? What did he say?
Well, honey, I never thought I would be able to get somebody like this, pull somebody like this.
He didn't know if he could. He didn't know if he could pull somebody like this.
I never thought I'd be able to be with a woman like a girl was 25.
Yeah, but sir, you 50 plus. We don't even use language like that. I ain't think I could pull somebody like that. Come on, player. Come on, player. I feel bad for her because listen. So supposedly she is the model-esque type girl, you know, who went out and had like a flat tummy, breast pump, butt lift. She had the full mommy makeover. So she in her bag, and they're saving so they could spend time around the world and travel. But you want to spend our good hard-earned money on your new girlfriend, because that's what he was doing. Yeah. He was, when she was going through the emails, she saw that not only was he buying her nice gifts for Valentine's Day and other things, because the relationship went on for more than 6 months, she said. She didn't say it was years, she said, but for more than 6 months. He was buying her gifts, you know, in some of the emails, thank you, Daddy, for sending me this and that. So anyway, so she asked, what would you do in this situation? Or how would you have handled, that's where we go. How would you have handled this situation? She said, I feel like I handled it as best I could. She said, but I just want to get other people's perspective on it. And this is not to bash men or to bash the woman or anything like that. We don't want to call names or anything like that. She is just asking because she doesn't have anybody she could talk to.
She said she would appreciate the input.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't bring it to you without permission and stuff. Yeah. But she would appreciate the input because she was like, she's trying to decide whether the marriage can be saved. Is the marriage dead?
Yeah. So I'm going to let Donald answer first.
Yes. Because I've thought about this for a lot.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
Yeah. So me going through this, there's two totally different questions that she asked. The first question, what would you do in this situation, is totally different from, can this marriage survive? What we would do in this situation, I know Pig gonna tell you what she would do, and I tell you what I would do, and I believe I know, but I would see the marriage as being irrevocably torn.
Oh.
That's a destruction of trust. Now, can the marriage survive? To answer that question, the person who's going through it has to look within themselves and answer two things. Can they forgive, and can they trust again? If you cannot forgive, the marriage is dead. There's no need to go to the second one. Can you trust again? If you cannot trust them anymore, the marriage is gone. Now you can go through therapy and probably get to the point to where you can trust again, where you can work together and stuff. But if you cannot forgive, then there's just no point in even going any further. The idea of staying together for the kids or for the family or for the home or for looks or standing in society or whatever the reason may be. Any of those reasons, you can stay together. It's legal to stay together, but you don't have a marriage anymore. The marriage, and that point where you haven't forgiven or let things go or found trust again, the marriage is dead. You roommates. You're roommates who may do whatever together or whatever else it is. But if you don't have the trust and the forgiveness, if you're not able to do both, then the marriage is dead. So I would advise you to look within yourself and say, can I forgive what was done? Do I feel like the person has enough contrition to actually beg for forgiveness and be serious about it? But if you can do that and you can trust them again, because of what you observation, then maybe the marriage can be saved. But for me to answer whether the marriage can be saved or not, I cannot look inside you and determine whether you can do those two things. So I cannot answer that question. I can help you answer it by giving you some things to think about. But as for what we would do, I would think it would be a done deal.
A done deal? Okay. All right. So again, I'm different. I'm going to be 100% honest. Yeah. Get your stuff and go for it.
I thought you were going to be different.
No, I ain't different. Because first of all, you ain't finna play me out here in these streets and think I'm going to just sit back and think it's okay. Like, I hate to be this way, but I'm just telling y'all, this is honestly who I am. Because I've been cheated on and lied to and made to feel foolish and all these other things. Like, I've done that before. Being a woman of a particular age, you get tired. The reason why you gotta go, because I don't want to see your face. Get up out my face. And get out. Go play with your little girlfriend. Because when I think about it, I'm like, you knew what we had. You knew what we worked to gain to get together. Like, we've had problems because we don't know what all they've gone through. Has he cheated before? But she say she never had to deal with anything like this before. So I'm going to say this is his first time cheating or being caught cheating.
Yeah.
All right. So we don't know what they've dealt with before. But according to her letter, this is the very first time. So we're going to operate off of that.
She has no reason to believe he's ever done it before.
Okay. Can you imagine the hurt this young lady is feeling? Can you imagine reading your husband saying to some other woman, I love you?
Yeah.
I love you. Not only that, I can't wait to be in your arms again. Or, I miss, and she writing back, I miss you, daddy. Dad, you call my husband daddy? What is we doing here? That stings. Like, every word, it stings. Every time you read it, you got to get upset about it. Here's my take. I want you to go. We built this. I'm not leaving. You leaving. I'm not going nowhere because I didn't do this. Yeah. You did this, and it's up to you to do everything to fix it. But here's the other side of that. Do I want to fix it? No, because you know why? I ain't gonna. Because being who I am, I'm gonna always bring it up in your face.
Yeah.
Probably your girlfriend on the phone you talking to. I ain't gonna even, because I'm gonna bring it up until I get tired of it, and you just gonna have to take it. Now, will he be able to take it? He wants therapy. He wants therapy. He wants to go to counseling. That's what he said.
He wants to go to counseling.
She didn't say he wants therapy. She said he wants to go to counseling to save it. Now, okay, being me, I would say, okay, please go to therapy, but you're still getting out. Yeah. But when, while you out there, I hope you didn't go back to her because you're trying to fix things over here. So if you're really trying to fix it, you gotta go. And a lot of people might think that's weird and strange, but I need time to think about this thing, because one of us leaving, but I'm not leaving. You did this. You're going. So when you leave the house, get your life right and ask God for forgiveness first. So if he's doing all the work and he's asking for forgiveness, I'm just trying to put this with us. He cheated. He put in the work to do the right things. No, I can't. Because it's easy to say no because you're not in the situation. But I'm thinking about all the betrayal and everything else. And I'm just like, we said we wouldn't do this kind of stuff.
I'm going to touch on one a little bit more. But what made it so, what I feel like would make it so hard was the laughter. He would be like, oh yeah, no problem. I'm just going to send her to get her nails done. And she laughed back with the LOLs and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, it just feels like it was some real malice there. And it just, I was reading that and I felt like, wow.
Your heart breaks for her because she seems like a really nice young lady. Again, we don't know her, him, or anybody. But, I mean, here's the thing, though. The bottom line, if you decide that you want to give him another chance, don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Go with your heart. Go with your heart. Whatever your heart tells you, because you can't make a wrong decision at this point. Yeah. If you decide to give your husband a chance, give him a chance. You don't owe anybody an explanation on why you do what you do, because you won't be the first person to get cheated on and you ain't going to be the last. So if you decide to give your husband a chance because y'all been through a lot and you want it to work, go ahead, give him a chance. Y'all go to counseling together, pray about it. See if this is something that can be salvaged. If it can, and if you can forgive him, then do it. I would just hate for you to be in a relationship where it becomes you have no trust, because if you don't have trust in a relationship, you don't have a relationship. You don't want a babysitting type relationship. Like I see people on Facebook now, Peggy and Don, instead of just Peggy Winley. That's my Facebook name. No, it's a husband and wife. They got to share a page. We got to share a page. Why? Because I don't trust him and I think he's cheating. You don't want that, because I don't want to babysit you. I'm not going to babysit you.
You're not going to have him come to, when you get your nails done, where you got to sit in the parking lot or sit in the waiting room with me so I can know where you at and stuff like that.
You got to be, if you're going to do it, I'm just going to say this, make sure you 100% feel like you can forgive him. And y'all can have a last powwow about it. Tell him how he feels. Tell him how you feel about him. All those things. You get it out your system. You work it out. Nothing happens overnight. Okay? So then you feel like you can work on it. Then please do it. Because if you give it a second chance and you give it your all, if it doesn't work out because of what he done, you could honestly say, I did my best. Yeah. I gave it my all, and it just did not work out for me. If you choose to give him a chance, don't go by me, because I have you wrong. I lead you astray. I'm just being honest.
Not about astray. It
is, because you got to go, player. Yeah. You got to go. But you had a 6-month relationship. Now let me have a 6-month relationship with myself.
See what he
let me go find myself.
Yeah.
Because ladies, y'all know, and like I say, we're not picking on men, but 9 times out of 10, men that cheat, they can't handle it when the shoe is on the other foot. Or can you imagine if she had been the cheater?
Yeah. And
he was sitting home doing the right thing? He would have been gone. Let's be honest. He would have been gone. I'm just telling you.
That's what
I'm
see. When I
answered,
I was answering as if it was that scenario. But I said, would I be gone? Because I'm answering as the man, and I'm just like, yes, I would be. So I'm just being as honest as I can. But like, can you imagine saying, yeah, if Peggy had sent an email to somebody and say, yeah, I just sent them golfing. I'll send them out to the sports bar or something like that.
Yeah.
And that way you can come by and stuff like that. There's no, but like I said, that's just us. And we're not trying to say that's what you have to do, that's what you should do, but we'll tell you how we will react, and you got to do some introspection to make your own determination how you want to move forward.
Please do. But like I say, I'm not telling you to stay or go. All I'm saying is, you know in your heart of hearts what you already need to do. Yeah. You already know what you need to do. If you feel like you need to leave, do that safely. If you feel like you want to stay and you don't think that he'll continue to cheat, then stay.
If you decide to stay, I pray that it works. We pray that it works out for both of you.
Absolutely. If you could salvage this marriage, because, people do make mistakes.
You might be both be better for it after the fact.
6 months, ooh, that's a long time. But see, that's why I want to bring it to the group, because we can get so many varied opinions, and these are just opinions. Nobody's a professional here. We have people, again, been married over 40 years, and we've got people who've been married 2 to 3 years. So everybody has a different perspective on what they would do in this situation, because somebody could write in the comments section something so profound, I will be like, wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to bring it to the community. But as I say, we're not professional. I want to keep saying that. Yeah. But anyway, please comment below. Let's help her. Let's help her as best we could. If this was your daughter and this was her situation, what would you advise your daughter? What would you tell your daughter? Speak as a father, speak as a brother, speak as a friend for the men. And for the women, speak as it was for yourself, or speak if it was your daughter, your granddaughter, your friend. What would you tell your sister? What would you tell somebody that you really, really love? Like, put your kid gloves on and talk to them. Because, when people are feeling down, you don't want to make them feel worse. Because I can't believe you'll stay with him, X, Y, Z. That's why I say, don't ask me, because I'm that girl. Why you still there, man? That would be me talking to my best friend.
Yeah.
Saying, what do you want to do? Because I'm behind you 100%. If you're going to make this work,
whatever decision you make,
whatever decision
real
you make,
friends, whatever decision you make,
whatever you make, I'm down with you. You want me to help you find some counselors to talk to? Come on, sis, let's do it. Like, that's what I would do for a friend. But you can't be that friend to keep coming back with the same stuff, because then at that point I'm mute.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce say, everybody on mute, because when you call me, that's what it's going to be. Because I told you the first time. And I tell people all the time, however you handle this situation, listen to me, in my eyes, from you to me, when you're going through something like this, however you handle it will determine your future. So if you just gonna cry and scream and shout and tell them, I'm leaving, if you do this again, I'm gonna leave, all that, no. Whatever, however you handle this situation will determine your future, because guess what? If all you're doing is slamming doors, cussing and crying, but you still gonna take him in, that's your relationship from that point forward, because he's gonna say to himself, I'll cheat, but she'll get over it. She'll let me back in. And you will have a repeat offender on your hand. However you handle this will determine your future. I'm shutting everything down. It's over. It's over. I'm canceling everything, because you're going to be respectful. You're going to respect me. You're going to respect this relationship. You're going to respect what we've built. But you let some little girl, because you liked her body and her picture, or you liked what you saw, and then you went over there and tasted the rainbow and you liked it, and you kept going for 6 months. See, that's what's playing in the back of my head. But anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, I pray that you do what's best for you. And we are not putting you down. We're just saying, let your words mean something when you address this situation. Your yes mean yes, your no mean no. That's all I'm going to say.
I look forward to reading the comments, fam.
Because I can't let go. I'm stuck.
I look forward to reading the comments. If you have any tools to help her, if she decides she wants to try to forgive, maybe you got some tools that can help her do that. Mm-hmm. If she decides to go away, maybe you can give her some words of encouragement to strengthen her, to make sure she knows she deserves to be able to do whatever makes her happy. So either way, we want to strengthen this person. Hopefully we can help everybody get through this, help her get through this, and do what's best for her.
So she is looking forward to this video. I'm sure she's been looking forward to this video for at least a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
And so we're putting it out there. She did agree to come back and let us know what she decided to do. She's going to come back after she reads. And that's why I say I don't want to scare her off, right? I don't want to scare her off, and I don't want to call names or anything like that. But she's going to let us know what has transpired since she wrote us the letter.
Okay.
Right? So I'm about to get off here now, and I'm going to write her and tell her to look for this video. And I hope that we could do this again. Sometimes it don't have to be so...
It don't have to be so heavy.
It doesn't have to be so heavy. Sometimes we could come with a lighthearted topic that we could come to the community. So on Wednesdays, we're going to call it our Wednesday evening chat. Or if you can come up with a better name for it. But again, Donald is going to create an email address, and it's only for questions in regards to relationships, marriages, families, all of that. I don't even know how to end this, y'all, but I just want to say I'm going to call y'all back.
All right, fam.
All right, fam.